Italy's region of Abruzzo has proven to be a fascinating place hiding in plain sight. Tucked away in the country's central south region, practically by Rome's doorstep, is an ancient territory of rugged beauty, charming towns, and living traditions. In the final part of my exploration of Abruzzo, I venture into the farmlands and pasturelands, the magnificent landscapes that shaped its unique cultural and culinary traditions, before flying over the Gran Sasso Mountains, where Abruzzo's peaks meet the sky. For thousands of years, Abruzzo's mountainous terrain has kept it relatively isolated. Until today, no high-speed trains connect it to Rome and major Italian cities. So the best way to travel around this region is by car. And the landscapes are well worth the drive. From Abruzzo's medieval towns, I drove towards L'Aquila, to the foothills of the Gran Sasso, or Great Rock, the tallest massif in the Apennine Highlands. The road curved along the windswept landscape, a blend of open grassland, stony cliffs, and fields of wildflowers surrounded by majestic mountains. For thousands of years, large flocks of sheep and cattle grazed in these slopes as they made their way south to Puglia. They were accompanied by the loyal Abruzzese sheepdog, a breed indigenous to central Italy. It was a hard life for the shepherds, having to survive solitude, limited food supply, and the harsh elements. But this annual practice of the transhumanza shaped the heritage of Abruzzo, creating a unique artistic and culinary tradition for generations. Today, it is recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural treasure. It was impossible not to feel the impulse to stop by the roadside and just take in the magnificence that surrounds you. I followed the road until I came up to the expansive plateau of Campo Imperatore, a wild and dramatic landscape surrounded by towering peaks of the Gran Sasso.
I can't believe I'm still in Italy. Now I understand why they call this place Piccolo Tibet.
Rugged, vast, and silent as a Tibetan valley, Campo Imperatore is truly an incredible place of beauty. But the shepherds were not the only ones who spent time in these meadows. Years later, film crews and actors also found their way into this unspoiled terrain, particularly during the age of spaghetti westerns, movies that were set in the Wild West made by Italian filmmakers. A remnant of one of these film sets can still be found in the plains of Campo Imperatore. The building that was once the Way Station Cafe for the 1977 film Hitchhike is now a legendary restaurant in Abruzzo. Campers, motorcyclists, and hikers all converge into Ristoro Mucciante, known for its arrosticini and other premium meat products from the region. After you've chosen your carne, you grill it yourself amid the spectacular landscape.
Everybody does their own grilling here. They made this special shape for this. I wanted to try a bigger meat, so it's on the other side. I have to run. I have to check on my other barbecued meat. I hope nobody eats my arrosticini.
Simultaneously cooking together in the open makes it an almost communal experience, with fellow barbecuers watching out for each other's grill.
I think I'm the only one burning my meats. I guess this looks good to me. I'll turn the other barbecue around. Well, everybody is doing their own thing, but look at the view. It's so nice to be here and to smell like barbecue.
After my short-lived stint as a master chef, it was time to enjoy my meal.
Well, it almost took me forever to cook this. Everybody's laughing at me. I'm the only one who doesn't know how to cook. Perfect. Fresh meat, just salt. It's excellent. Plus the nice view. I'm enjoying my afternoon.
To see Campo Imperatore and savor an authentic and delicious meal in the middle of the vast field and sky is an experience in Abruzzo you should not miss. Up next, from the peaks and pastoral fields, I follow the path of Abruzzo's mountain water that makes its way to Populi's thermal springs and vineyards. The perfect combination for a truly relaxing time. In Abruzzo Central Region, between the Mayela National Park and Gran Sasso Mountains, is the town of Populi. The quiet commune is the birthplace of Corradino de Ascanio, a prolific aeronautical engineer who is best known for designing the Vespa scooter and for being a technical pioneer in developing the modern helicopter. Aside from its historical center, much of Populi's prized resource can be found in its surrounding natural areas. You will find a lush forest with hiking trails and the relaxing sound of water flowing. Populi is known as Città dell'Acqua, as water from the Campo Imperatore goes on an underground journey for 30 days to resurface here at the Sorgenti del Fiume Pescara Natural Reserve. Natural springs of water with mineral and sulfuric properties can be found around the area, which have been used for therapeutic purposes since ancient times. The crystalline water also hosts a healthy ecosystem of aquatic plants and birds. Underwater, the river is teeming with trout and crayfish, which are both staples in Populi's local dishes. It was a beautiful retreat into one of Abruzzo's most stunning landscapes. In this land, where three national parks intersect, farms and vineyards thrive in the unique microclimate. This rich terrain naturally yielded some of the best agricultural products in the country, particularly the vines that become the famous Montepulciano de Abruzzo. I make my way into one of these estates to sample some of the best wines in the region. Made from the Montepulciano red grape variety, the vines grow in this mountainous region, with some vineyards ventilated by dry breezes from the Adriatic. The soil plays a big role in the quality of grapes produced, and the poor but well-draining ground allows for less water, but more concentration of flavors on the fruits. The Montepulciano grapes produce a dark-colored, aromatic red wine with some spicy and earthy notes. It pairs well with food, especially with some of Abruzzo's traditional goat cheese and the excellent extra virgin olive oil from its hillside orchards. Today, Montepulciano di Abruzzo is one of the most widely exported wines from Italy. So, it is very much possible that most people all over the world would have tasted this wine. But a trip to see the beauty of the place where it is grown is something I definitely recommend. Up next, I head to the province of L'Aquila, Abruzzo's capital, as I conclude my journey across this region of Italy by seeing it from a higher perspective. After a beautiful drive among the peaks of the Gran Sasso Mountains, I make my way to L'Aquila, the capital of Abruzzo. I was here to visit its local airport, Aeroporto dei Parchi in Pretoro, a center of general aviation activity. Since its earlier years, the L'Aquila Air Show has been held here, bringing together the local community. Today, a flying school as well as a gliding club operates from the airport. I got the chance to talk to Simone Silveri, a pilot and flight instructor who now oversees the place.
Simone, I'm very happy that Gianni introduced us because I'm amazed. He said that you managed the whole airport.
Yeah, I started flying in 1998. I became flight instructor in 2005. In 2017, I became a line transport pilot license with an Italian company. Mm-hmm. And in October 2020, I became the airport manager.
It's a long series of aviation careers.
Yeah, exactly. So never stop dreaming.
But you said your father was also flying from here. And that's how you got into aviation.
Yeah. He started flying in 1981. I was 2 years old.
And now I'm amazed. You're inspiring so many students. You're letting them start their career in flying.
Yeah, the flight training organization has 10 trainees for the powered flight, for the airplanes, and 7 trainees for the gliders. So there are 2 special trainees that are waiting for the flight instruction. There are 2 my son.
Your son? How old are they?
The older one is 10 years old and the younger 7 years old. Oh. Every day they continue ask me, Dad, when we can start the flight training.
You know, my son started flying also at 9, and we have to put a cushion in the plane so he would reach the pedal.
Let him see something all around the plane.
So he got his pilot's license before his driver's license.
Yeah, it was 16.
Yes, yes. What about old pilots? Do you have the oldest student pilot for glider?
83. We have a friend of us that used to fly every week with the plane you saw before. and he's so linked to this airport and to the flight in Jeddah.
So he's older than me, so I won't be the oldest.
So you can fly as long as you can.
You have such an ideal place for gliders then, because of the mountains and everything.
This is a special area for gliding activity because of the mountains surrounding the airport. So the thermal activity is so close to the airport.
Right.
This means that the towing flight is so short. So the glider can find thermal and wave activity around the airport. And there's so many gliders visiting this plane. This year, the glider visiting this airport could be around 50 gliders.
So this is the glider's haven.
Gliders haven, yeah. So pilots are coming from Switzerland, French, we are all parts of Italy.
Well, you're very lucky. It's a dream of mine to have my own airport eventually.
I agree with you.
But I like to be in an island in the beach. So when there's no traffic, I'm swimming on the beach.
Yeah.
And you should be my visitor.
Yeah. Let's have a trip in Philippines.
Yes.
Simone wanted to take me up flying that day around the area, but unfortunately, the wind was too strong and the visibility was not so good. We agreed to meet up again the next day for the flight. With the weather much improved, we pushed our aircraft out of the hangar. Simone was taking me up flying on the Roba 400, a single-engine sport monoplane. It's both a tourer and a tug, towing banners and gliders of course. German glider flyers often come here for the nice wind conditions, which is why the plane is German registered. Despite being designed in the 50s, the Roba is a very popular aircraft, known for its ease of flight, that it continued to be in production until 2014.
So you don't have heel brakes. This is your brake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is common brakes.
Yeah.
And if you need to use differentially, you have to push
Yeah.
all the way down the brakes.
Yeah.
And you can brake one wheel only.
Yeah. I flew an Aviation, an old Ryan Aviation, American. Is that way?
in the center.
Yeah.
We did a magneto check, some pre-takeoff checks, and we were soon ready. With its dihedral wing design, the plane was very stable as we increased altitude. It was a slow but steady climb.
That one is the Adriatic Sea.
Already.
We reached the mountains, and with the plane's slowing design, we had very good visibility of the breathtaking views outside.
This one is an old skiing station, the round mountain, no?
Yeah.
And the other one is Campo Imperatore.
That's where we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drove around here.
Yeah.
Very nice. We enjoyed driving around. Yeah, wow.
Its name is Corno Grande. Corno. It's the Italian for horn.
Very dramatic.
We flew over the highest peak of the Gran Sasso, towering at almost 3,000 meters.
Wow, very, very nice.
This is the little one?
Yeah. Piccolo.
Piccolo, exactly.
Yeah, this is very nice.
That was an incredible flight. And seeing this icon of Abruzzo from above is perhaps the best way to conclude my journey across this fantastic region of Italy. But first, I had to get us back to the ground.
So we are going to fly left and join the right down for runway 26. Okay? Yep. Okay. I didn't scare you too much, I think. Yeah. Fast landing.
My exploration of Italy's region of Abruzzo took me back in time to a simpler, more peaceful, yet incredibly fulfilling life in the countryside. I found a land of seascapes, mountains, enchanting villages, and stunning vistas. Not to mention a culture rooted in spirituality, gastronomy, and creativity. It's people who respected and lived with this beautiful yet challenging environment are fittingly described as forte e gentile, strong and gentle, like the landscapes that surround them.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari.